Hey, welcome to Mama Mosey Tarot. I wasn't ready. No captions or hashtags or trending sounds. If you're seeing me, it may be for a reason. I urge you to trust your intuition, especially with this one, okay? There is a choice coming up, but I feel like this choice has been in your head for a little bit. You've always known that you've had to make this choice, but the time is rapidly approaching. The cliff is coming up, and you're going to have to decide if you want to slide down or jump over. I have my other decks out, so this is not just an Ally Man read. I have some of my other decks out. And we've got Protected, Fired Up in reverse, Decisions, the Seven of Cups in reverse, the Seven of Cups in reverse, and then we've got an Arrangement and Capricorn. So, by staying, that means you allow me in your energy to catch a vibe. If this starts to sound familiar, hits a little ping somewhere, you feel something, stick around. It might be you that needs this information, might be somebody else, either way. Stick around, see what I have to say. So, this choice, there is a choice coming up. You need to make this choice, but you need to make this choice from a place of not fear. The universe needs to tell you that you are protected. So there is this protection card here, and it says at the bottom, find solace. Solace is such a good word, too. Oh, you might like a perfect circle. Find solace in the safety of knowing you are sheltered and guided through life's tempests towards tranquil shores. No illusions is underneath that. Stay grounded in truth, embracing reality with clarity and wisdom to navigate life's journey authentically. And then we had Fired Up in reverse and Dreams upright underneath that. So this is not the time to let your emotions take control. When I saw this, and when this came up, and then the card that was after it in the next deck, it's like if you spend so much time, you see a window, an avenue where you could reasonably get fired up and let that shit go. And it feels good to let it go, right? It does. It feels good to get in it sometimes. But that's the test here. Can you get in this? Or can you stay away? Can you avoid and stay focused on your dreams? Okay, you are protected. Getting fired up is acting in defense of yourself, acting out of fear. There are things and habits here that you need to drop, but you got to make the choice to. There is, with this decision coming up, it says you're at a critical decision point in your life. Making a clear and confident choice will lead to positive outcomes. And then we've got opportunities in reverse underneath. It said you may be overlooking valuable opportunities or hesitating in seizing them, leading to missed chances for growth. That's what happens when you get fired up. You miss shit because all you see is the shit in front of you that you are focusing all of your anger and your emotion on, right? Don't do that. Do not get fired up. But you have to make the choice. This is not, oh, you're lucky they're holding me back. This is, I'm an adult. I can be reasonable. What am I missing? Okay, this is not pretending that you're out of control like that to scare somebody. That comes from a place of fear. That self-defense comes from a place of fear. And then we've got the Seven of Cups in reverse with the Sun underneath. You know what you want. And if you don't know what you want, figure it the fuck out, because there's going to be a lot of stuff coming up that's going to be like, do I want this? Do I want this, this? And it's going to have you looking all over the place. Your sun is shining. The sun is shining right on you, right on what you want. And look at that. With the Horus we have up here, the overarching vision, being able to see things in the distance, seeing the whole fucking picture, knowing what you want and making that choice, okay? But that does not mean, oh God, and we had the Two of Swords underneath, Two of Kopeshes underneath that as well, with the Four of Swords. So take some time to make this decision. This is not just a, which one do I want? We'll let that sword fall. No, you have to know what you want and you have to go after it. We had an arrangement and then the goblet underneath. So the goblet is indicative of the fact that there is an uneven partnership, an unbalanced partnership. Somebody is bleeding or draining somebody else. But with this arrangement, it's like, and oh God, and devotion was underneath the fucking goblet. Move from a place of devotion, okay? This person is stuck in their double energy right here. You don't need to judge them because they don't fucking get it. They refuse to. They are afraid. Whatever the reason, don't make excuses for them, but don't judge them too harshly either, okay? They are just not in the same place as you. You need to be leaning towards devotion. Hiding behind this Ace of Goblets is asking, can you see the love here? Can you see the devotion? Can you make this choice? Because we have an arrangement. Can you make this choice? Not to spite somebody else. Make this choice for what you want and what you feel. So what you feel is like what would be best for everybody with minimal hurt involved. But also, excuse me, confirmation. Also fairness to you. Okay, do not count yourself out when you're going over these things. And you have a tendency to do that. This Capricorn card lets me know that you are stubborn as fuck. And it can be good because it allows you, it pushes you, it moves you, it motivates you to go after the shit that you want. But if you don't know what you want, you'll just start digging your heels in for nothing. And then you're just going to be stuck somewhere. Fucking stop. There's something you are not seeing. This Ally Man in particular is about the fact that, and strangely enough with that Ace of Goblets, you might want to be careful because this Ally Man in particular here is that there is an uneven, there's something here that you are not seeing, something that you are passing off as a background character in your life. And that's only because you're not allowing them the foreground. my life. So there is imbalance here, and you need to recognize it. The reason that you need to recognize it is because you can change it. Okay. Wow, we got the Magician and Aries, and I'm pretty sure Magician is Aries energy, so double Aries. So this is the energy of hyperfixation. Okay. Now be careful. There's things that you learned in your life and in your travels, okay? In your emotional journeys, there are things that you've learned where I feel like you can really differentiate when you're hyperfixating on something, when something needs laser focus, and when it's a general working energy that you need, okay? So keep that in mind. Trust your instincts, trust your gut, but do not let your emotions get the better of you, okay? Remember this, fired up in reverse. Don't want to get fired up. We want to keep things grounded, even keel. That way we can think clearly, right? Okay. This. Yes. Got them all back in the right. Fuck. Yeah, that one goes there. Okay. So, if that sounded familiar, I have the Ali Man's Tarot. We're going to see what it is you need to know. Now, I do want to say, when I was splitting this deck, I saw the Three of Swords and the Battle. Was it the Three of Swords? No, that was when I was splitting the Egyptian. It was the Ten of Discs. I saw the Ten of Discs, which, I mean, can't indicate money windfall. But with me, the fact that I was splitting them, it's like you have the choice. You can 100%, the universe is telling you, you can go buck wild if you want to. You can go crazy. That is a path that you want to take. You can ignore this. Don't get fired up shit and be like, I need to get fired up. Somebody needs to get fired up around here, and then we'll work on our dreams. That's fine. Just, I'm begging you, don't get lost in it, okay? Because these cards are telling me that there are going to be opportunities around you, but things that you need to pay attention to see. So if you can get fired up, contained, and still keep your awareness, then maybe, But that's, I mean, I'm not here watching you, you're gonna have to figure out what the right thing to do for you is. So, split again. We have the Queen of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. Make sure you're not burning yourself to keep others alive and to satisfy the emotional whims of other people or yourself. Okay? So what do you need to know? I don't want to go off and just, what do you need to know? I want to know what is going to be the best way for you to clarify things for the best decision possible, or the best view possible. So how to clarify. I'm looking for clarity here. Don't get stuck in the past. Do not dig up history. Now, I have not gotten this one in particular in reverse. So, Broken Book. That is Shovel Death. And I don't know, I never paused to count how many deaths there are in this deck. It's quite a few, though. Oh, there it is. So in reverse, this old wound you draw from the ground. Is it worth it? Why bring up the past when it's so dead and gone? Take time to meditate on how this old wound still aches and hurts you and everyone else. Stitch it up before, oh my God, stitch it up before you put it away. The trauma doesn't feed the ground. Oh, fuck. It's a good line. And then I noticed the Ace of Bandonian on the bottom of the deck. So there is wounding here, but more than that, in only focusing on the wounds, the trauma, the pain, you miss the joy. You miss the lesson. You miss the light. When you get yourself fired up about shit that has happened before, you miss things. You miss the smaller things. Smaller things that might just be for you. You being out on a fucking walk one night and you being the only person that sees that firefly land on that. It's small things. It's small details in the universe that can have more import than you give them. It's the joy of life. And also be glad you're not in that situation anymore, that we're not actively being wounded anymore. Okay, and Judgment came out like this. So I want to say, make sure that you are balanced. Make sure that because that Judgment landed on the joy, not on the shovel death. So make sure that you are balancing your joy, that you're not leaning into your joy to avoid the hurt. Okay? You have to feel the joy for what it is. You have to feel the pain for what it is. You cannot just feel these things and be like, oh, I'm feeling a feeling. Let's intellectualize it. So then we don't have to feel it anymore. That's garbage. It's bullshit. And that keeps opening old wounds at a later point in time. It keeps the wounds there. It keeps the scabs in the little collection on your desk. Eight of Cups. Feel your emotion. Feel your emotion. It's okay if it changes the facade that you've said. You were hurt. Why do you need a facade to cover that up? You have to heal from that. And if you cannot accept that pain and move through it, you'll continue to hide it, and it will become as much shame as pain. And that has a whole nother set of issues. Okay? You've got to heal your old wounds. You've got to heal your pain. And you can't keep picking at it when you need motivation. The High Priestess, the Hanged Man in reverse, and the Albright. So there is hope. King of Cups on the bottom of the deck with the Nine of Pentacles underneath, or the Nine of Discs underneath. So this is not pretending that you don't have these emotions, that you are separate, that you can separate yourself from them and just burn yourself to keep everybody else warm. This is a collection, a coalition. Usually this king comes across as somebody who has contained his emotions, but this feels more, in this reading with these cards, feels more like you have removed your emotions, or that's the goal. Like, and I don't want to even say consciously, it's just like the way that you deal with emotions might need some healing. We have the Hanged Man and the Albright here. So the Hanged Man is a call to sit in this energy, but the fact that it was up in reverse, the Albright, with the Albright after it, the pain doesn't need dissecting, okay? The wound doesn't need dissecting. You don't need to open up the wound and be like, this is where this person hurt. You already know where you've been hurt. You have knowledge. You're just, you see how the crown is over the eyes? And over the third eye as well. This feels like you have the knowledge, but it's not being broken down quite for you, just because you don't need it. Like, you know the reason, but you don't need to hear it, and you're sticking, wanting to hear it. You're asking, can I hear it? Can I hear it? Can I hear it? 11:27 on the timer. No, that's not. You can, but it's not in your best interest. It's not really going to help with the space that your mind is at right now. It's just going to give you another little pool to dive in and be like, well, I didn't deserve. It's going to be slow going, but you have got to heal this. You have got to move. Now, rings, pentacles can be physicality. So this might be, it's going to take a little bit for you to re-immerse yourself in the physical world without the pain that you've been carrying for so long. Things are going to look differently. Things are going to feel differently. But sit in that energy. Just stand in the background. This is the energy that's here. This is the energy I have to work with. And then try to assess from there whatever you need to do. If you need to break it down, if you just need to guard yourself while you move around it, through it. But this is about you and you figuring out what you need to do. You don't have to rush it. It's going to be slow going at first, but you can do it. I think you 100% can do it. I'm going to go through one more time. We're at 12:28. See if there's, 13:13 might be significant. I was seeing that when I was shuffling. Queen of Pentacles. So Knight of Rings to Queen of Pentacles. This is work, but there's I don't want to say there's a goal here, but there is, once you get used to all the work that's going to take, you put flesh on the bones. You know what I mean? It's like once you get used to being this energy, being in this energy, in this space, you can build on your own energy until you have created, and it sounds bad saying created, until you have completed all the accoutrements that go with you being in your Queen of Rings, Queen of Pentacles energy, right? 13:07. So don't be afraid to do the work. Just stop being afraid. Stop being afraid. Fear leads to lack of control. It can lead to, it can lead to planning, and it can lead to adventure, but not, jeez, not when you constantly inject yourself with it and reopen wounds. Okay? Fear can be a guide. Fear can be a tool. Fear can be useful, but not the way you're doing it. Okay? You've got to get control over it. You are no longer a mad scientist. I hope this helped. Love you.